Hey, what's up? It's been a while. So, life's been a little bit crazy. Uh, but I downloaded the Eco Lifestyle Pack and made this sim. She's a little eco warrior. Look how cute she is talking to her plants. So let's build her little house to live out her eco warrior dreams. But basically, I was working on a lot that I didn't realize was off grid because I didn't read the lot traits. And I built this big fancy like resort for my Sims, and then I had no power, so I had to get the Eco Lifestyle pack so that they could have power, and I had to cover the entire thing in solar panels. But from that, I went to play around and make this Sim and make her perfect little house. I really wish I used this green corrugated metal. I think it fits the vibe so well. However, there were solar panel roofs, and obviously she's going to have solar panels. Sorry, a dog started barking outside and it set my dog off, and it's really thrown me off. What was I saying? Okay, so this is going to be her greenhouse. So she can plant all her food and crops and be super self-sufficient. And this building here that we're going to add the roof to now is going to be her little workshop. So she can make whatever she needs, and she can sell some of the things she makes, and again, yeah, just be super self-sufficient. So this is going to be her workshop. Like I said, I wanted it to have like shipment container vibes. Like she just sort of, I don't know, reduced, reused, recycled, and got a shipment container just dropped off in her front garden to be her workshop. Because yeah, she's that eco warrior. So I went full like corrugated metal for that. And with this whole build, I sort of wanted to strike the right sort of balance between she doesn't have a lot of money because she's just out there campaigning and fighting for what she believes in, I guess, but also she's not going to go with the cheapest options for everything because they're not as energy efficient, so she wouldn't do that, you know? I put this door in, but I change it later because I feel like that's too modern industrial, you know? Okay, now for this build, there's obviously not a lot of space, so we're going to use a lot of vertical storage, including in the greenhouse, so we're going to use these vertical planters for her to grow her crops. Don't mind me buying seeds, okay? I was being lazy. I don't want to have to buy them later. And then I put down an entrepreneur's table. I'm hoping that she could sell all of her like candles and craft things here to make money, but I've not really played this expansion pack in live, so I'm not sure. That's how it works in my head though. And we add some bits to collect rainwater. I do add this little caravan in a minute. It's like a drink stall. I don't know how it works, but it just sort of fit the vibe. I might delete it when I stop playing because I don't really know how it works. But yeah. Oh, speaking of not a lot of space, I think I recorded a like 3x3 sort of grid house and made that, so let me know if you want to see that. She lives in a really gross area, so I don't know why she'd want to sit outside, but we're gonna give her the option anyway and make her a little patio, the little seating area. Honestly, just because I liked this bench and I wanted to use it, so she's having that there, just in case. Okay? when did I add wind turbines? At some point I added wind turbines. But that's fine, because she would do. She's gonna make her electricity somehow. And obviously have a dumpster to dumpster dive. Okay, so basically for her workshop I went through all of the skills and hobbies things and added anything that seemed crafty. But like I said, I've not played it in live. I don't know what any of these things do. They might really annoy me if she wastes all of her time on them. But they're going down for now, and then we'll figure that out later. If you played this expansion, let me know. Let me know what's your favourite, or your least favourite if you have something that's really annoying. Like, is there anything that they just go to and they spend all day, I don't know, making candles? Let me know. So I think I said it earlier, but I will reiterate, the vibe is sort of striking the balance between broke and energy efficient, which isn't the easiest. Your cheap things are not very energy efficient, so I don't think she'd use those. However, this... Okay, I got distracted looking at the computers that I don't have. But the most expensive computer that I have is also the most energy efficient, so that's what she's getting. It doesn't look too expensive though, so that's fine. One of my favourite things about this is that it gives Balenciaga. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole expansion pack gives Balenciaga. It gives the vibe of, I'm gonna wear a trash bag and put a hole in it and call it a coat and charge $3,000 for it. That's what the whole expansion pack is. Like, it's a sofa made of rubbish, and yeah. Do you get what I mean though? So again, with the TV, she would not have the most expensive flat screen TV. However, she would have something in between that's not too expensive, but also not the worst for energy. This, I don't know. I thought she'd want it. Okay. This, what you might be like, what on earth are you doing? We're really just throwing everything from the Eco Lifestyle pack into her house. Which, yes, I kind of am. However, you'll see. I just wanted loads of vertical space, okay? So I'm just going to put everything down, and then I'll move it to where I like it later. But she needs storage space, okay? Her house is tiny, so I just start throwing everything in and hoping for the best. But it's okay, because we move it. We make it make sense. Eventually. I can't lie, I really like that little unit that I just put in. That skinny one. I'm going to be using that all the time. It's not giving eco anything. I just like it. See, it's all starting to come together. We have all of our shelves on the wall, and it doesn't look quite as crazy anymore. Ignore those two, okay? Pretend those two don't exist. Okay, let's move on to the dining area. Now, I thought she's probably not the type to sit at a dining table. She's probably going to sit at her computer desk or in front of her TV, and she's going to sit and eat while she's doing research on how to save the turtles or something. I don't know. So she doesn't really need a huge dining area. It's just going to be a little basic one. Again, she doesn't have a lot of room, so I wanted to make the kitchen as, I suppose, storage heavy as possible. So I start off by putting some units on one wall, and then I side. Now I'm going to do it all the way across on both sides. To really make the most of the space. No space is going to be wasted, as you'll see. Okay, so you know how you have that like recycling bin that just sort of recycles everything for you? I was going to use that. However, then I can't dumpster dive for trash to physically recycle to make parts for the things that are in my crafting shed workshop thing. Like I said, I don't know how it works, but I know you need to recycle things. So I needed a normal bin so she could use the rubbish for her crafts. That makes sense, right? I think that's the idea. I don't know, we'll see. Obviously an eco warrior would have a lot of plants, right? So let's just put those sort of everywhere. Okay, who am I kidding? It's nothing to do with being an eco warrior. We all do it when we have space to fill in the Sims. We throw loads of plants in there, right? That's not just me. Now here I kind of start panicking because I have like no room left and I'm going to fit a whole bathroom and bedroom in this tiny little space. So yeah, but I figured that unit there with what looks like towels and like laundry things on it can go with the bathroom, so she can come out and grab her towels and whatever else she needs for a shower. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through this before I actually do it. Did anyone else's, like, grandparents, you go to their house and their bed would be, like, surrounded by cupboards? Like, it would be, like, entire wardrobe space surrounded by their bed, and their bed was, like, in it? There was just, like, a little gap in the cupboards for the bed. I wanted to do that, so I'm just going to add some clutter while I'm figuring out how to do that in here. If you have stuck with us so far into this video, firstly thank you. Secondly, I apologise for the sound quality not being great in this video. My cat has eaten through 2 of my microphone wires. So now I'm on the worst option and it doesn't sound too great. It doesn't block out a lot of background noise, so I'm sorry about that, but thank you. Anyway. Now I wish I could add a bath, however, there's no space. She can't have a bath, there's no room for her to have a bath. She's gonna have to have a shower. So that's gonna come out. Even though I feel like, I don't actually know. I don't know which one's more efficient. What's more water efficient? Having a bath or having a shower? Maybe it depends how long you're in the shower. I feel like I have quite long showers. Anyway. Okay, so there's her tiny little bathroom with her sink that has a hose pipe on it for some reason. I don't know what that's about. Oh, those are some vintage looking tiles. Yeah, she can have those. She definitely pulled those from like someone renovating the bathroom. She was like, I'll make use of them. I'll take your tiles. And yeah, she shoved them in her bathroom. I don't know why The Sim has such a backstory. Again, not just me, right? We all create backstories for our Sims while we're making their houses. Okay, this is what I was on about. So I have to use the move objects cheat for this one. You can't just sort of stack them like this. So there you go. Let's just put that in. You can't see me typing, but yeah. This vibe. Everyone's grandparents had this, right? Okay, now excuse the fact that I was in a wall for some of this. I couldn't see what I was doing because I was putting them on the wall if I didn't have the walls up or really zoomed in. And I also had this little shelf above the bed, which I thought was really cute. I'm sorry, I did have tissues above the bed. I thought it amused me, okay? Don't read any more into it than that. I just found it funny, okay? So now we're going to make use of all of that storage that I've added in, so I'm just going to fill it with clutter absolutely everywhere. Here's the thing, I went in and I did originally have everything filtered to only use base game and eco lifestyle, however at some point they got turned off. But I think I don't think I put anything from any other expansion down. I'm hoping everything is eco lifestyle or base game. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think there's anything from random packs in here. If there is, I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, that's so Victorian. Why did I add that? It's very Wee Willy Winky. I'm really hoping that's not just an English thing and everyone knows what Wee Willy Winky is. Otherwise that just sounds really odd. Okay, do you know what we're missing? We're missing windows. I completely forgot about windows. So she's gotta have some light in there, isn't she? She's not gonna have the big light on all the time. These are very, again, I took them from a warehouse somewhere and put them in my house. Very reduce, reuse, recycle, I feel like. Oh god, what am I doing? Let's not do that. Oh, apparently we didn't like that one. Did I not already have that? Is that not the same thing? I don't know. I like that it adds a little shelf into the window though. However, as much as I say I like that it adds a shelf into the window, it did make adding curtains and like window coverings, like blinds and things, a pain in the behind. This one's really cool. I don't know why I like that one so much, but I do. However, it doesn't fit in the house. I don't know why it let me do that. There we go. What on earth am I doing here? I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to play about with that. That can't stay there. No. There we go. But yeah, so I sort of, instead of using the move objects again, I added like 2 lots of window coverings to everything that had that little shelf in there. So I add one like into the window and then one on top of it and then delete the original one. So I get the window coverings exactly where I want them. Okay, do you see what I mean? Like, they sit funny. I really wish I could leave them, like, in the window, because I think it looks quite cute. However, you can see bits of the pole from the outside, because it's, like, 3D, and I hated that. So, yeah, we're not doing that. That's not happening. Somehow this works, though. Like, you just add one inside, like that, and then you add one to the outside, and it sits exactly where you want it. Then you could delete the original, so. I'm just gonna add some rugs because I feel like this would be really cold. I don't know, it just gives cold vibes all the time. Thin walls, cold. So just gonna have some rugs to help keep the place a little bit more insulated. Alright, now let's do some work on the outside. Nothing too fancy. Just a really, like, again, reduce, reuse, recycle path. Like, she's stolen these flags flags from somewhere, smashed them all up, and now she's got a path. Because, yeah, that's her lore. That's her backstory. And then, obviously, even though she likes plants and things, I don't think she's gonna like gardening. She's not gonna have a really neat, tidy garden. She's just... Oh. We're zooming in. We're zooming in on the solar panels. Checking that they're working. Anyway, yeah, she's not gonna have a really like neat, tidy garden. She's just gonna have a messy garden with some plants somewhere because she can't bring herself to use weed killer. So she's just gonna have some bits of weeds and things popping up wherever they want to. She's just letting it run wild. The bees. She's got a beehive there, so she's gonna have some flowers for them. So that's basically her little house done. I feel like this would work as a little eco warrior community as well if you moved it onto a bigger lot. Add a couple of the houses with one bigger greenhouse and one workshop and just loads of little houses and have a whole little community of eco warriors.